We would never, ever, ever leave them attended to.
No, it's unattended. It's unattended.
No, we're telling them that somebody's Muslim.
So tell them. So tell them.
We're telling them that somebody was in the room.
So tell them that they were attended to.
I said attended to.
What Abby is trying to say is that somebody was there watching the kids in the room.
Did you guys know I just recorded this whole entire video and realised that my microphone wasn't actually plugged in, so apologies for the sound. I'm such a donut. So while the internet has been trying to dissect whether or not Matt and Abby were telling the truth, I realised my absolute disdain for this man. At the same time as, you know, everyone trying to figure out whether or not they actually did leave their kids unattended on the cruise ship alone, refer to my previous video.
I can see where my story did lead to misunderstanding, which is why I ended up deleting it several hours after posting it, is because I could see that it was causing concern and misunderstanding.
Family channels, family vloggers, as much as I just pure disdain to all of it, as much as that is the case, and as much as everyone is telling me that Abby, she has her own faults within this duo, I can't help but feel very comfortable in me saying just how much Matt absolutely infuriates me. And I said this in my last video. The clip that I knew about where Matt was basically throwing a hissy fit that Father's Day and his birthday fell on the same day.
It's like
Last
always
year
around.
was June 18th, which is Matt's birthday. So
Yes.
he had Father's Day and his birthday on the same day. And
So sad.
I will say I did kind of combine the holidays.
You did combine the two of them, though. I mean, you were pregnant, you were uncomfortable, you were
We
close.
just gotten back from our baby moon that
Yeah.
day. I got you a cake from DQ and
Just
had
gotten
our
home.
family over and grilled.
Well, I grilled, but I know a lot of dads grill on their birthday.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had
And
Father's
I grew
Day.
your child
You did grow my child.
all day, every day.
But like Father's Day and my birthday were the same exact day.
Yeah, and I kinda-
it kind of was a bummer.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I failed you. I'm
Hey,
so sorry.
but you know what? This year, we're boycotting Father's Day for the month of June and celebrating it 3 months after my birthday.
I also shared a clip where I was completely taken aback because Matt and Abby on their podcast, Matt basically admitted the fact that I think this was after the birth of their second kid, ignored Abby for like 2 days.
Like, wow, like all my career goals have to go to the wayside. And I just kind of felt, I was kind of frustrated a little bit.
I could tell.
And I just kind of shut down and didn't say anything. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like quiet.
Yeah, that was hard for me.
I was doing like everything for Augie. And so I'm like, here I am, like, I have all these like big goals and big dreams and I have to put them to the wayside. And I'm like, I'm stuck here. And I was kind of mad.
Yeah.
And that just lasted for like a day.
It lasted like 2 days.
You think it lasted 2 days?
For sure.
Did it last into the second day? Maybe it did last for the second day. But then it went away.
Like I say, whenever their content gets recommended to me, it's never for good reasoning. And I completely missed a step in my mind that he was also the person who was behind the hospital stays where he's basically acting like a petulant child.
I did my best to pack up our stuff as quickly as possible. I was ready to get home because I hadn't showered in 2 days and wanted to sleep in my own bed.
Which doesn't surprise me because his whole entire demeanour screams petulant child. And people might be coming at me and they might be going, what about Abby? I don't really know a great deal about Abby. Because every single bad thing that I've seen coming from that channel has been put out there by Matt and makes him look absolutely awful. But feel free to enlighten me. So keep on being told time and time again, like, they're young people with kids. I'm just gonna say, I was 19 when I was pregnant with my first, and I had her when I was 20, and then I had my second when I was 22. Just because you're a young parent doesn't mean that you're automatically going to leave your children asleep by themselves on a cruise ship, because quite a few people were trying to justify, well, they did what they did, like, they're just learning, they're young and they've got young kids and they're young and they're married. It's like, there are plenty of young mums and dads out there who also wouldn't do that, so I'm just not letting that fly, regardless of when they met each other. It doesn't make any difference, okay? To me, it doesn't matter whatsoever, okay? You still do not leave your kids unattended on a cruise ship. It doesn't matter your age, right? It doesn't matter. Young parent or not young parent. If you're a responsible parent, you're not going to do that.
What Abby is trying to say is that somebody was there watching the kids in the room. We tipped the bellhop like $100.
There
To
was
stay in the
somebody
room.
there watching them. The bellhop And thank you so much.
Hasn't
for
been able to
caring about our
comment
children.
because
Thank
Belle Hopkins
you.
is
Thank you.
speaking English.
So I went onto their YouTube and yeah, they are. He is the guy that basically tried to make it seem as if he was also recovering from a C-section. And that he was in somewhat way like his transition into new fatherhood was in any way comparable to hers. I'm not saying for a complete second that men cannot also experience changes of emotion and tiredness and all of that following the birth of a new baby. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that it is not in any way comparable to how a woman feels after giving birth, either C-section wise or vaginally. Okay, they're not comparable. But anyway, he's the type of person to be doing this, right? He does this throughout all of it. And this clip is just head-scratchingly bad.
Recovering from deprived and recovering from a major abdominal surgery.
It wasn't the physical pain that wrecked us, it was the emotional pain. I'm sure she was in a lot of physical pain. In fact, I know she was. Maybe she wasn't displaying it outwardly because guess what? As women, we don't have a choice. You've got a new baby, you can be in tons of pain. You still have to get up and look after your child. Okay, you don't just roll around on the floor and go, oh, I'm in so much pain, I can't possibly look after my baby now. No, that's not the way it works. I guarantee you she was in a lot of pain. However, she probably won't voice that because the most important thing right now is making sure the baby's okay. The fact that they were vlogging all of this icks me out completely, and that should not even be vaguely on the forefront of your mind. But as a whole, what do you mean? The emotional pain. Maybe for you, right? Maybe for you. I get this feeling that he talks for her a lot, and I'm not trying to be like an Abby defendant. I'm just going off what I see.
Having a baby is an incredible thing. There's nothing more beautiful than creating a new life with the one that you love, but it's definitely not easy adjusting to that new life when you're sleep deprived and recovering from a major abdominal surgery.
It's not easy when you're sleep deprived and recovering from major abdominal surgery. Only one of you is going through both of them. I am more than sure that Abby has probably been sleep deprived weeks, maybe even months before she gave birth, because you don't really sleep. You go through periods of just before. I remember a couple months towards the end, I would wake up literally every 2 hours needing a wee. Every 2 hours needing a wee. And it's like your body is trying to prepare you for the fact that you're not going to sleep. Okay, she would have already done that. And don't get me started, because they actually sleep in separate bedrooms as well, which I'm pretty sure they have been doing for a little while. So he probably got all the sleep. Okay, he probably got all the sleep. And they've also got another little one, so you know, you're getting way less sleep. You can't compare the two, and it drove me mad.
He didn't have the best time at the hospital. My wife was ready to leave the same day she gave birth. The hospital staff said that the minimum stay for a C-section was 48 hours. It put our marriage to the test. It wasn't the hospital staff. They were great. We were just sleep deprived, and my wife was dealing with the intense hormone change that happens postpartum. First of all, there was breastfeeding, which really caused us to butt heads. It was really important to my wife that she breastfed our baby, but it was really important to me that our baby got fed. There were long stretches of time where my wife tried super hard to breastfeed, but her milk hadn't come in yet and our baby refused to lap. Scream and cry, and the tension in the room got extremely elevated. I offered to give our baby formula until my wife's milk came in. She saw this as a direct attack. My wife was doing what she thought was best for our baby, and so was I. We were on the same team and didn't even know it.
What he said about the whole breastfeeding thing, and he was like, me and Abby butt heads. She really wanted to breastfeed. I just wanted the baby fed. I suggested formula until the milk comes in. It's as if like he knew best. And I can't explain it because he didn't specifically say, oh, I know best, but he made it out as if they were like butting heads and that it was fine, but then they had the one problem and it was the breastfeeding. Can you just,
Did my best to pack up our stuff as quickly as possible. I was ready to get home because I hadn't showered in 2 days and wanted to sleep in my own bed. I didn't even use most of the items that I brought with me. I left, I forgot our car was parked super far away, so I ended up ditching our stuff and running to our car to move it up closer. We got our baby safely secured in his car seat, and then we made our way home where our family was waiting to surprise us.
I was ready to go home because I hadn't showered or slept in my own bed for 2 days. I'm actually getting flustered right now. Always tell people's character in situations like this on how they phrase it. So for him, he's saying, I hadn't slept. There was no we. When he decided to make that video, he literally was just like, you know, I haven't slept, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I just wanted to get out. It's all me, 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 me. To make matters worse as well, pretty sure that they then came out with the podcast, I'm pretty sure it was this child, where he admits that he didn't talk to her for like 2 days because he was struggling mentally and all of this, even though she just went through her C-section, found it really difficult to breastfeed, and then being ignored by your spouse. Nothing about this man brings me any hope to mankind. And I did want to make this video, and I am well aware that I have basically been ranting about it, but it's because because people are talking about them, I felt like it was my one time to actually rant about just how much of a pain in the backside this man actually is, and just how much of a man-child. And like I've already said, it's just that whole like, well, they were young, and it's not an excuse. Like, I know so many young parents and people that got married young, and it's just not an excuse for like shitty behavior. The whole moral of the story is that they have been nightmares for a little while, and by they I kind of mean Matt at this point, because Matt is just giving me bad energy. Although Abby, from my own understanding, isn't particularly a saint, especially after now what we've heard about this whole cruise ship thing, which I'm still very much on the fence about.
I know that I said we were at family dinner with my entire family while the kids were in the stateroom sleeping alone, and we were watching them from the monitors. There was somebody in the room watching them.
Still there with her Instagram, you know, posting all of her different things that she's trying to sell to people and all of that, which, you know, probably she would have, you know, she's probably made deals with brands that she has to post, so that's going to put her in a bit of a precarious situation.
Completely untrue. So we just wanted to set the record straight, clear the air, because we take our role as parents extremely seriously, and we love our children more than anything in the entire world. And we're very protective of our kids.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. I'm sorry about the rant. I don't normally post such ranty videos anymore, but I needed to get that off my chest. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves. I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.